Bad credit? No credit? No problem. I'm about to show you the best credit cards for you. Cards that will likely approve you, get you spending. If your credit score is 580 or below, these are your best choices for quick approval right now. First up, the Capital One Quicksilver Secured Cash Rewards Credit Card. It's a mouthful, but there are a lot of pros. There is a pre-approval tool on its website that actually lets you check your eligibility before you even apply. I'm gonna show you right now how easy it is in real time, how fast you can get approved. Type into your search browser, Capital One Quicksilver Secured Credit Card. Just go to Google and type that. You'll immediately be sent to this page right here that says, see if you're pre-approved for card offers with no harm to your credit score. That's key right there. Okay, click Get Started. There'll be 10 very easy questions for you to answer. The first, I think, helps you the most. What's most important to you? You get to choose 2 of these. Build credit, no annual fee, cash back, travel rewards, low interest, new card member rewards. Make sure your first pick is build credit. That's the point. Then you can decide what your second pick is. You type in your legal name, where you live, your email address, and employment status. The number 6 question says, let's get a snapshot of your financial situation, and requires your salary and your monthly rent or mortgage. More questions asking for your citizenship, date of birth, social security number, all the usual stuff. And that's it. Hit that big green button and you find out in seconds if you're pre-approved. And boom, if you are, apply and start building up your credit and you get that credit card. And the perks for this card keep coming. No annual fee. The security deposit is pretty low, just $200 to start, and they'll give you a credit card. And I love this one. They'll automatically review your account for an upgrade after just 6 months. So spend on it, make your payments on time, and you can level up to a better card with even more perks, help build your credit even faster. Plus, Capital One gives you 1.5% cash back on all purchases. That means for every dollar you spend using the Capital One Quicksilver credit card, you earn 1.5 cents back as a reward. It doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. This applies to groceries, gas, eating out, travel. For example, if you spend $100, you get $1.50 in cash back. Free money, why not? If you spend $1,000, you got $15 in cash back. This type of reward structure is simple, it's predictable. That's what makes it a good choice for you. There is a con here that comes with this card. You'll need to put down a deposit, which I mentioned. Could be hard for some of you. Yes, it's lower than some other cards at $200, but I know not all of you can afford that. So stick around. Coming up, I have a card option for you with 0 money down. No deposit at all. So keep watching. The second card I love, the Discover It Secured Card. Discover It Secured Card. What I love is that it actually says on the pre-approval page, see if you're pre-approved with no impact to your credit score. That's clutch. The questions are pretty simple and they're similar to the Capital One card. Name, address, annual income, rent or mortgage amount, social security number, and the reason you're applying for this card. Click check, and within seconds you have your answer. If you are approved to apply, there are more perks on this card. No annual fee, another low deposit to start, $200. This card also earns even more cash back than Capital One. The Discover card offers 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants, and there is a cash back match, which is really cool. At the end of your first year, meaning whatever you earn, Discover will actually match it, so you get double the cash back. We love double cash back. And you'll get an upgrade review every 7 months, so if you make a payment on time, you use the card responsibly, the credit card company will review your credit worthiness at the 7-month mark to see if you can level up and transition to an unsecured card, which requires no deposit. More on that later, and more of those unsecured cards with no deposit whatsoever toward the end of this video. If you get approved for that upgrade, get this, they may even refund your security deposit and change your secured card into an unsecured one with a higher credit limit after just 7 months. But listen, don't worry, because let's say you don't qualify at 7 months, they'll keep checking to see if you qualify. They're trying to get you into a better card as fast as possible. But with all pros, you know life. There's almost always a con. And there is a con for this card. It's not a big one, but you should know about it. Some users complain the rewards categories can be weird sometimes. For example, since restaurants is one of the categories to get cash back, say you're at a cafe inside of a department store or a food court at a mall, you think it's a restaurant, you want your cash back for it. It may not always be classified that way. Sometimes Discover may call them department stores or shopping malls, which can affect the cashback rewards you earn, but again, not a big deal. Now keep watching. I'm about to show you cards with no deposit at all with even more perks. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you the easiest cards to get with even higher credit limits and how to know if you qualify for them. So far, we've hit the Capital One Quicksilver Secured Cash Rewards credit card and the Discover It Secured card if you have bad credit. But this next card is really cool. A great way to build your credit score. It's the Secured Chime Credit Builder Visa. Let's talk pros. No annual fee, no deposit required. That's right, you don't have to put any money down. That's major. Instantly puts it into my favorites category. Another pro, you get auto pay and overdraft protection, which is great because this card helps prevent, those embarrassing declined transactions. You're at the grocery store, declined, you feel bad. Or if you have insufficient funds fees, they'll charge you if you overdraft. They don't do it here. The Visa card will cover the shortfall by either allowing the transaction to go through or by transferring funds from a linked account automatically. You get no rewards, you get no cash back, but this is a great option if you have credit in the 500 range. And if you're looking for a basic, no-frills way to build credit without a deposit, this card is for you. Now, get ready for the ultimate card if you have bad credit. This one is perfect if your credit is closer to 580, so you're kind of teetering on that poor to fair range. It's really cool. Here's why. It's an unsecured card. Most cards for bad credit, which we discussed, are secured cards, which means you need to put up money or collateral, frankly, because they don't trust you to make the payments. But if you have a score closer to 580, you may qualify for an unsecured credit card. Air quotes. Unsecured. There's no upfront deposit required. Instead, you get a line of credit based on your credit score, income, and credit history. The lender takes on more risk. And there are two unsecured credit cards that are the easiest to get, and I found them. First, the Chase Freedom Rise card. No annual fee, no security deposit, and there's the other big thing I love. You have a higher chance of getting an approval on this card if you have a Chase checking or savings account with $250 or more in it. So it may even be worth opening a Chase account just to take advantage of this and get that card. Your credit line is reviewed every 6 months and can keep increasing. They'll keep letting you spend more money. This is a great starter card for people with fair credit, which I'm calling 580 to 620. My friends over at Forbes Advisor really helped me with this. They do great work for consumers over at Forbes Advisor. The next card I want to tell you about is the Prosper card by MasterCard. It's one of the few unsecured cards available to you with poor credit. No annual fee for the first year, but you do need to select auto pay each month so they can pull the money right out of your account. There's also a pre-approval tool right online before applying that will not impact your credit score. It'll tell you if you're eligible right there on the spot, but you do need to know something, okay? This is super important. The interest rate on this card is super, super high. It ranges from 23.24% all the way to 34.74%, so almost 35%. Simply put, and you need to know this before applying for this card, if you don't pay your bill in full each month, the bank is gonna get you. They are gonna charge you through the nose. It is a pretty big gap too, from 23% interest up to 35% interest. So it's pretty safe to say that if your interest rate is determined by your credit score, the better your credit score, the lower the interest rate. So keep in mind before you apply. If your score is 580 to 620, you've got a shot at this one. Just pay your bill on time. Now I bet you're asking, once you get approved, do you have to pay the full balance each month? You actually don't. When I say pay your bill on time, I mean you gotta make the minimum payment on time. Late payments will wreck your score again. And again, you don't wanna max out your card. You wanna use less than 30% of your credit for the best credit boost, because the whole point of this is, yes, to get you a credit card, but we need to start rebuilding your credit so you're not in this mess anymore. Bottom line, there is hope if you have bad credit. Okay, we're doing this together. We got each other's backs, all right? These cards can really help you get back on track and build that credit. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and drop me a comment. Let me know what you're struggling with and how I can help you save money.